Are you guys the Muppets?
Yes.
Hey! I'm a Muppet.
You really need to service, really for story purposes, you have to service Kermit, Piggy, and Kermit, Piggy, and Fozzie. When you watch the original ones, those are the ones that are really kind of, they focus on it if you look at this emotional stuff. And then you have to service Gonzo, obviously. And then really you just need to make sure you get everyone else, you get a joke from everyone else. So like, I wish that I could watch, I would love to see a whole movie that's just Sam the Eagle.
Right.
But you can't, you can only give, you really only one or two jokes.
Was there ever a thought, because I know James Carville is in the movie, was there ever a thought of doing something with
That's a really good idea.
Sam
We should have done that.
Yeah.
We should have done that. I wish you had pitched that.
Well, and also
that's a really funny idea.
also with Dave Grohl, obviously he was Animal,
Yeah.
but I mean, I would have thought something, when I heard that he was going to be in that, I thought, oh, well, maybe he and Animal are going to do sort of like the Animal and Buddy Rich thing.
Oh, right, yeah,
from
yeah.
back in the old show or something like that.
I think we had an idea that he has Animal's drumsticks and he gives them back to him.
Okay.
But then it was too complicated.
Like a lamb, with someone there to lend a hand.
Life's a bunch of flowers.
With someone to while away the hours. Life's a fillet of fish. Hey, yes it is. Life's a happy song when you get someone by your side to sing along.
Bobo the Bear we always had him as one of the bad guys. He just seemed funny because he's so goofy. But James was like, we should use Uncle Deadly, and I was actually like, who is Uncle Deadly? I had forgotten that Muppet.
The Phantom of the Muppet.
Exactly, yeah, Phantom, yeah. And so as soon as he showed us a clip on YouTube, we were like, oh, of course, that's amazing. I think it was Bobo had that arc in our original drafts, and then we just gave that arc to Uncle Deadly. We wrote kind of descriptions of what was going to happen in the song, and so we would write all in bold. Like for that song, that's actually when we wrote Tex. I might be misremembering, but I think for that we did write Tex raps about how rich he is, and we had a whole thing too where the rap turns into Tex raps about how rich he is, reveal that Tex is actually sad because he's never been able to laugh and was laughed at as a child. But that was all lifted out. That was all cut out of the movie. They shot it, but they cut it out of the movie. But then other things, and we did that with a few things, like Pictures in My Head. We wrote Kermit sings a song about how he misses the Muppets as he walks down a hallway looking at pictures of the Muppets, and then those pictures come alive and they all sing with him. So that was something we wrote, but then the actual song was Brett, and the staging and obviously everything was James. Everything is Great was James's idea. He came in for his initial pitch and was like, we should start a movie with a song called Everything is Great. And they should sing about how everything's great, but it's not great. And so that was, so it was a little bit of both.
I wanted to ask you about Walter. The ending with the whistling.
Yeah.
Was there something established early on where he was a great whistler that was like a scene that was cut, or was that just something
we, in our original drafts, I thought it would be really funny if his talent is whistling, because it's like both impressive but also not at all. But they treat it really impressively with like swooping camera movements and stuff. But we originally didn't lay in anything. We just a surprise, he's really good at whistling. And then everyone, the executive, they're all like, you need to lay it in. So then we had a scene where he whistles for a cab and 8 cabs pull up. But I always kind of was like, I don't think we need to lay this in at all. I think it could just come out of nowhere. And and I think that's what they ended up cutting that out. And
it just kind of comes out. But then it works. It totally works.
The Muppets.
Oh. Wow, that was an expensive-looking explosion. I can't believe we had that in the budget.